Hey guys, and welcome to another Squadcast episode with the Sexy Wookiees. This week we are reading Thrawn by Timothy Zahn. What's up? It's your simp, Sexy 2.
Hey, it's your girl, Sexy 1.
It's your boy, Sexy Leader.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
So, what do you think of Arinda's change in career working for the advocacy group?
Oh, well, it was a brief change in careers. The advocacy group. Yes. Okay, so we're going the change and then the other change. So, yeah, that's fine. I don't know. Like it doesn't really matter. It gave her access. So, I just like that she's a go-getter. I just like that she wasn't gonna take no for an answer, and she was gonna find some way to stay employed and to stay on the planet and to get her done, and she had the right connections. That's what I know about this whole business. It's all about who you know. And so now she's got these two friends and they're hooking her up with everything she needs. So that's the important thing in politics and the entertainment industry. Brenda's my girl. She knows how to work this system. So good for her. She got into a good place where she can talk to the people that she wants to be talking to and needs to further her career. So yeah, the good place. Apparently.
Yeah.
Although there might be more to it now that Thrawn's all suspicious about them.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with it. But let me start here first. She was done wrong by these two Imperial slugs. It was just, I felt that that type of like when one person said they were gonna vouch for her, the other one had this whole like, if you stay with me, you'll be taken care of kind of thing. And then when it all came down to it, everything, you're fired. And I was just like, man, that it kind of it didn't hit me hard, but it hit me somewhere where I was just like, wow, like where did she go now from here? Because I'm still rooting for this character to go
Yeah.
somewhere. And then immediately, yes, yeah, she works for the advocacy group. Was it High Times or High Skies?
Yeah, highlight skies, high skies, something like
High
that.
Skies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah. And then meeting these two. How would you say? I don't know. Like, are they people who live in her apartment building or something like that? Or,
Occasionally.
I
I don't know.
yeah, it's
They're just
good. Like,
friends.
it's a good like. It's good to have friends like that, and then friends who have connections, and then friends who can quickly connect you to other people. And even though it seemed like Driller was just gonna be like, oh, did you pass the test kind of thing, it seemed like he was going to give her the job all along. And so like you said, like, yeah, she has the access to the empire. um that's where she's going, and that's what's good about her. She's focused where she wants to go, and that's like, no matter what she does, is like it's always to head towards her main focus and her main goal. And I like that about her. And I hope we continue to see this character keep going in this type of route.
Yeah, she keeps learning lessons from all of the setbacks. And the one
Mhm.
thing she learned from being betrayed by those two guys was never depend on anybody.
No,
So like
man.
even now she knows how to use her connections, but she's not going to depend on them. She's not going to trust them. Like
Wow,
she's learned
yeah.
her lesson. Like it is every man for themselves on Coruscant.
Yeah, and everybody can learn from that lesson, because that's just like, just stop going back to those kind of things. And when I read that too, I was just like, yeah, when you get done wrong, there's no need for ever you to go back to something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I really like that lesson of that. So, man, Jasmine, what you got?
What'd you get from this?
I liked how she got herself a job at the citizens assistance place, but then how now
Mm.
she's working for the advocacy group. I think like I'm a little suspicious because of how she was saying that she never sees anyone else in the office. It's usually just
Mm-hmm.
her and Driller. So I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, that's a little fishy, but
What's going on?
and then especially like with the last chapter, how ISB is gonna look into that specific group. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's nice that she's like, okay, I can't wallow in pity. I have to like move. So the career changes,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I did like that. I like that there was this dichotomy in the last few chapters between her and Eli, both getting offered this unbelievable position that would advance them so much further than they would be on their current track. And she immediately jumps at it and is like, yes, let's do this. And Eli's like, I don't know. Why would you ask me? And I'm just
Because
like,
Eli has a moral conscience.
but there was nothing immoral about the job. Like, why would you even question
But
it?
the reason behind
That can be,
it,
but why would he know that there was a reason behind it? Why not just be like, no,
'Cause-
this is everything about this is good.
because it's such like, I mean, he pointed out it's super weird. Some lowly ensign is being offered this too good to be. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. It's just like wish.com. You want something good. You see the pictures, you're like, for that price, I don't know. So Eli was like, this is
Picturing Eli like captain of my own ship. He keeps thinking what you thought you were getting, what you ordered from Wish. It's going to be some junky ship.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's why he was like, too good to be true. I gotta ask about it, because to just jump at something super blindly without like really doing more research on it, like that's a little foolish, because then that's how you're gonna end up burned. And hey, he saved himself, because how was he? Because the thing is, they could have promised like, oh yeah, at some point you'll be captain of your own ship, but there's no guarantee that he would have actually made it that far.
I don't think he wanted that anyway. Like, but I still, and maybe it's me, but I still don't see the downside. I still don't understand why he turned it down. Like, even if it wasn't as good as they said it would be, it's still better than what he's doing. And it would have been an escape route to get him onto whatever path he wanted. He would have had the clout. He would have had the connections. He would have had the
He would have
title.
just been a pawn.
Well, what is he now?
He's not a pawn. He's an
He's
ensign.
absolutely a pawn.
He's an aide.
He is the lowliest pawn that had ever pawned. Like, I don't know. I think that was a missed opportunity.
Well, like, yeah, it sounded like a missed opportunity, but I also looked at it as like, when I was reading that part, I said, is he afraid to leave Thrawn in some sense? Like, is there this
Maybe.
thing where he's so comfortable, or maybe he's just comfortable in his ways that he doesn't want to leave Thrawn?
I feel like he's
Thrawn's
not that
aide.
comfortable.
Yeah, maybe he's not comfortable in any way, but like, it's kind of like, I don't want to compare it this way, but I will. It's like, it sounds like a bad relationship where somebody can't get out of a relationship and he just keeps riding it until either it goes bad or the situation just, levels itself off and then everything's fine. So it's just the way I read it. That's where I was kind of like questioning myself. But and then I also read it in the sense where I was like, oh, maybe he's just that loyal to Thrawn that no matter
I
what's
think so, though.
given to him is like he's never gonna take it. And there are people like that. I just it's maybe not normal to see people who do that, but there are people who do that. Like they'll just keep staying and staying until
Yeah.
until
They
time
stick with what
something.
they know instead of
Yeah.
throwing
There you go.
themselves into something
That's the
that
way to say it.
seems a little too out of their depth,
Yeah.
even if it would cause them to grow. So
I feel like
that's how I saw
Thrawn-
it.
I feel like Thrawn would have encouraged him had he known. He would have been like,
Yeah.
yeah, go take. So I don't think
Are you
it's that
crazy?
Eli is stuck
Mm.
in that sense, because I feel like Thrawn would have been like, you know what, you're being offered, this good thing,
Take your
go.
shot.
Because Thrawn, like you can tell in these, especially in these chapters, like he really does believe in Eli, and he's like, hey, like your senses and your wit is like going up. Your tactics are getting a lot better. Like you could tell, like he's proud of him and he wants good for him. Like how he recommended the promotion, and like
Yeah.
Thrawn does care about people, because remember how mad he was and confused
Yeah.
about like Commander Chino. He was like, what the heck is going on? This is not fair.
It
This
definitely frustrates him that he's holding people back unintentionally.
Yeah, because you could tell like he really does care about people, and I feel like Eli returns that care because he's like, I'm just going to be a pawn for this guy, and he's just using me to destroy someone else.
Yeah. I didn't get his logic on why he would question it in the first place and then be really rude about it and turn it down. Like I was just like, none of this makes sense. But clearly it's, you know, for the character's benefit so that he can stay with Thrawn. But I'm like, if I put any other person in that position and they wouldn't react that way, I don't think. I don't
would
think
question
Eli would
it.
react that way. I mean, I would too. And I've been in the position where like all of a sudden out of nowhere a promotion drops or the opportunity for a crazy unbelievable job comes up and you're like, that's not something that I do.
Mhm.
Maybe I could do it if I really pushed myself,
Mhm.
but what if I can't? Should I just stick to what's comfortable, or should I really try to take on this challenge and possibly be something bigger? And sometimes I've said, all right, let's do it and see if it works, and it's turned out amazing. Like I've done things I never
Mhm.
thought I would be able to do. And then other times I'm just like, no, I'm going to stick with the safer path. And then I spend forever wondering, well, what would have happened if I had done the adventurous crazy
Mhm.
thing and that possibly made these new connections.
Mhm.
So you always, you know, when it's something out of the ordinary and unbelievable, like you said, Jasmine,
Mhm.
comes up, you question it at first, but the way he did just seemed really unnatural to me, like where he was insubordinate towards this lady and was just like rude about it,
Mhm.
and figuring it out in his head that like, oh, they just want to do this to her. Thrawn, who cares? Look out for yourself. Thrawn can take care of himself. Like, you don't need to babysit him. Like, you
He's not
do
babysitting
you.
him.
And maybe if you're in this other position, you might be able to help him even more, because
That's
now
true.
he's going to have a guy on the outside. He's going to have a guy in a different, you know,
Mhm.
thing instead of constantly under his foot, just being his little sidekick. You guys can work together from different ships, like whatever. Like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me.
I don't know. If I were Eli, I would have turned it down too, because what is the point in a career that's actually not even guaranteed if I'm just a pawn? Because I'm like, okay, I'll agree to this. I'm going to destroy this guy's career, who he really does deserve to have a good career. Like, he's helped people. He doesn't want to hurt people. He saved people when he could have just focused on the Tabana gas.
Mhm.
And the thing is, like, I would have turned it down because I would rather keep learning by Thrawn's side than be someone's pawn, because they can use me as much as they want and hold it over my head. Like, well, I got you this job, so do this, do that. And it's like, how many people would I have to be forced to hurt in the process? So I would turn it down too.
I think it's a false premise though, because Thrawn's doing exactly that with him. And you have more of a chance of an uncertain future sticking with Thrawn because he's constantly getting himself into trouble. Everyone around him is constantly getting fired, demoted, whatever. Like, you are far on far shakier ground with him than you would be in a different department where you actually can show what you can do, and people might actually be like, oh no, you're pretty good. Like, we'll just let you keep doing this job, and you advance on your own. You make your own connections, you make your own promotions, and prove yourself with your own work. You're not dependent on this other person's career, which is already very strange and uncertain.
Yeah, because I want to see where Eli can excel in becoming a supply officer, and just rise to the top on that level where it always seems the book is saying that he would excel there. And I'm just like, well, go get it, man. Like, and, sometimes he needs to leave the nest of Thrawn and go, you know, go take that risk.
Mhm.
So I kind of do agree with the missed opportunity, but there is something about people who do that, and I don't know what it is either. So
No,
we're
sometimes
very
you feel
we
safer where you are.
All right, guys. So you ready for the last question?
Let's
Yep.
do it.
Who do you think Atlas Doss works for, or why do you think he's important enough that they introduced him and he's kind of funky? Like, I don't know. He seems kind of sus and shady to me, but I want to know your guys' thoughts.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything's connected. That's not fair because I've read this book before, so
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, there are no unimportant
I mean, that's how
Cool.
they always go anyway. Like
I know,
everything's
right?
connected. I mean, same thing with like
Why are you
the-
gonna introduce a character and have them be nothing, right?
yeah, I don't know. I think he's so like I know what happens in the book, but I don't know everything that happens because I've read stuff like years ago, but I don't know anything about this guy. And I'm just like, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Yeah, definitely connected. Definitely more going on than what it seems. Not just your simple bodyguard.
Well, let me take the my answer in a different angle towards it. First of all,
Go for it.
whatever uh, Price was going through in the last job, prior to the leaving that job, there was a point in the where the author talks about how Arinda's like lonely and she's trying to everybody's
It's
always
hard to
trying
make
to
friends.
pair her up, and then yeah, she's also trying to make friends after all of the things that happen, being fired,
Mhm.
finding a new job, and all that, right? Trying to, what do you call it, trying to create a new life
Hmm.
in this new world that
Mhm.
she's trying to stay focused in. Still knows where the focus, but again, you cannot go up certain levels without a core group, without a support group, without a team, without friends. So nobody ever makes it
Connections.
to the top without like this squadcast. I couldn't do it if the girls wouldn't be on here, because who's gonna want to watch a guy by himself, right?
I don't know.
So
Why don't you check out our
um,
gaming channel? Because everyone loves
but
to watch this guy.
but the girls make the show, right? So um
Oh,
so with that,
Oh my gosh,
you
they're like
know
our little friend group,
oh,
aren't they? It's like the
um,
two girls
damn,
and the
I'm
guy.
Driller.
You're
yeah.
Yeah.
Driller. I'm Arinda.
Oh man.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Because I know Jasmine doesn't want to be Arinda.
No, I'll be Joy here.
Yeah.
I'll be the feisty one that will
Oh my
fight.
gosh, wait, it's so true.
Wait, no,
Timothy's
that is
on.
me.
What are you doing?
I will fight people for my friends.
Did he just write us into this book? What the
Yeah.
F?
Wait, I just want to
Is he a time
clarify. I
traveler?
don't start random fights, but if someone were to pick on one of my friends, I'm throwing hands, I'm throwing down.
This is true.
Someone hold, I'm not wearing a
Man.
wig right now. Sometimes I do, but hold my wig, hold my gauges, hold my glasses. I'm going in.
Yeah.
So you're going for the knee first, right? And then you're gonna
Go
go
for the
for
Come out
kneecaps.
at the leg and
Oh
then right into the
man.
neck.
Someone's gonna get an arrow to the knee.
No more adventuring for you. Wow, that's an old meme. Okay. Age
Did I just
ourselves.
age us? Oops.
No, we're
You know what?
eternally youthful.
You know what? I'm curious, guys. How old do you think I am? Put it in the comments.
Oh Lord. Not
Now
me
I'm really
though.
curious.
Just her.
Just me. Yeah. How old do I look?
This little baby.
We should just put one of those where Instagram like scroll.
The braces
You
are
can
gonna
get
fool you guys. I'm not 18.
scroll what you think Jasmine's age is.
Oh
Find
no.
it in our social media.
Like,
But yeah, just to go back to DOS,
Right.
I did not pick somebody like when I read it, he did like he was secretive about who he worked for. And then I was thinking, well, bodyguard. And then what came to my mind right away was like a bodyguard for, I don't know, some celebrity that's in the Star Wars world. Maybe he's a bodyguard for a pod racer, like whatever it is,
ooh.
An
right?
actress.
An actress, yeah, whatever it is. So, but the way what got me to thinking is how skilled this bodyguard team is, and that's why when remind me the name of the commander they were with at the time, when they
Commander
met to
Chino.
do the dojo.
Oh, the dojo. They were with Colonel Yularen.
Colonel, okay, yeah.
Oh, from the ISB. Yeah.
And so it seems like, man, it's like if you were to pick any agency to guard or take anything that the empire can use from them, it's
Mhm.
gonna be that that dojo kind of thing. And so yeah, I think I don't know, I didn't pick anybody that he could have like guarded that was
You're just
of
waiting
that
to find out.
importance. I would love him to be somebody who's like who works for the rebellion, just is really undercover, that'd be great. We haven't seen, and that's what I like about this book so far. We haven't, like, the only thing we've ever heard is Anakin the Jedi, but Anakin the Jedi is no longer. But now I would love to see something that's very spy network, and maybe this adds,
Mm.
and if they, do investigate on the, on high skies, like what are they doing under there, and who do they really work for? Those are my questions.
Oh gosh, I almost did the Kubrick stare. I'm trying to
Don't
be,
creep us out. It's not that kind of podcast.
I'm trying to be thoughtful like Thrawn, but I'm
Yeah.
just really creepy looking, so
It just
sorry.
happens. You can't help it.
Oops. Why do you look like that? It's my face.
Like what? Who do you think this guy is?
So he's one of the like few things in the book that I know nothing about. So I'm just like sus, because then I mean, I get it if he can't talk about his job or his employer, but just the way he was kind of acting during that fight scene where Arinda noticed that he just kind of seemed shocked, even though I'm pretty sure Jwahir gave him a heads up, like, hey, we're going to go rescue my friend before someone jumps.
We
in or
can go
whatever.
throw down, so prepare yourself.
We're going to go throw down. Get ready. But I don't know, just his reaction just seemed kind of weird, and how he was quiet for most of their interaction. And then this girl that he just met, and he's like,
too quiet.
oh, he's like, oh yeah, I can, I'll give you lessons and more. And I'm just like, look, I get it.
Whoa, slow down.
I'm like, shoot your shot, because, like me personally, I'm terrified to shoot my shot. So any people out there, shoot your shot with me, because I'm not going to shoot it.
Yeah,
I have
I'm gonna wait
anxiety.
forever.
I have
Leave it
anxiety,
in
so
the
I might just
comments
die
below.
alone. But like for him, part of
Just
me
with
is,
your best pickup line.
send me your best pickup line. I might go on a date with you.
Just do it.
She might buy you dinner, but might.
Might. Let's go to Earl sandwich. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, a
Sandwich
part of me
with
was like, hey, good on you, dude. Shoot your shot. But then the other part of me was like, okay, you were quiet and kind of weird the entire time. And you're
Mhm.
offering her a self-defense
Now you're all
lesson,
friendly, like
but then you're offering her like basically a date. And I'm just like, this is the weirdest time to do it. Do it after like a few training sessions. Things are kind of hot and heavy. You end up kind of making out, and you're like, hey, can I take you on a date? You can shoot your shot then. But like, I don't know.
yeah, like going into it straight off, like, yeah, I'll help you
Yeah,
out and
I
hit
just-
on you while it's happening. Like, come on, this girl just got attacked. Like, give her a second.
I just got so many red flags from that short interaction.
Mm.
So I'm just like, I don't like it. And your name is weird, so
Watching
that's
this
gonna be
guy.
another red flag for me.
How
Otless.
rude.
Like Otless sounds
What
like
kind
some
name
kind
is
of.
that?
It sounds like some kind of like, I don't know, laxative medication. Like, hey, you've been constipated for the past week.
Fake
Take some
name.
Otless.
Mm-hmm.
Take some Otless Doss.
Wow.
But that's where I want to kind of just go back a little bit, touch where I was reading that part. So, how I said a while ago, where they were always trying to fix her up with somebody. I think this was kind of like to try to get her out of her shell, and the kind of mode where, oh, I'm very always by myself in the in that old job that she likes to keep to herself. I think her wing girl, like who came to save her, like was part of you know pushing that along, kind of like, hey, maybe this could be the first guy that you know but and then
But
when I
why
read it also,
him?
no, that's what I'm saying, like when it was like, why him, and then also why, like, it, I don't think it was ever going to be him. It was just something that maybe this is the first person that you can actually say that you can call friend, even just call as a friend, and you'll probably get out of whatever funk you are. And then but as we know, and we read the book, she got herself out of that funk herself at the dojo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think she's gonna open up and trust anybody. I think she learned her lesson. So that's probably why she can't form a relationship, because she just can't fully
Trust.
let go of that suspicion.
Yeah.
Build too many walls, stop
That's
building too
right.
much defenses,
But
or
like, I mean,
else
it's
nobody
not
can
so
climb
bad
that.
to be cautious.
Yeah.
So
Especially
you
on
guys,
this planet.
so you guys know, I listened to the audiobook while reading,
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this guy's voice is hot. Shout out to Mark Thompson. You do amazing with all these voices. I love you,
It
man.
helps, I'm sure.
Oh God, his voice is so hot. And I was like, that's gonna be another red flag.
Oh no. It's
I was
all
like,
too
I
easy.
was like, he sounds evil, hot and evil. So I
Hot and
was like,
evil, the best kind.
those are my favorite. But I'm just like,
Don't fall
So-
for it.
So I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I get it. Wingman for your friends. Like, I would wingman for these two any day of the year, but I'm not gonna wingman for them after they just got attacked. I would.
Yeah, that's the timing though.
That's what gets
was-
me. That timing is just really off. So I'm just kind of like,
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that. If somebody was like really attractive, I think it didn't matter if it was attack. Send it through, ladies.
Okay, but I totally flirted with the cops who were coming and taking my statement after an assault once. So who am I even talking about right now? Like, there is never a bad time. Just, when you seize an opportunity, get
Gotta
it.
go with it. Scared money don't win.
See? It all circles back to our main point. Seize your opportunities.
Exactly. No more missed opportunities, everybody.
That's it. You can't lose out on your future because you're sus about everything.
what the fuck?
Jasmine, have you learned your lesson?
Yes.
The moral of this week.
I don't think I died like this on camera before.
Breathe.
Oh God.
That's how the Rona gets you. If you don't
Yeah.
breathe right.
It's okay. I'm vaccinated.
So yeah.
Yeah, we are too.
I mean,
good question.
There's a time to shoot your shot, and there's a time to not.
Is there though?
Yes.
You don't want to miss your shot. Don't sing it. Anyway, it's been a great episode. I hope y'all have learned some lessons. And
Yes.
tell us below if you were offered a crazy, out of your league, unbelievable, too good to be true opportunity, would you just jump on that? Or would you be so suspicious that you would stay in your little comfort zone and keep being an alien's pawn? That is all.
Wait, no, one more thing. Okay, also put it in the comments. Would you actually agree to a date with someone right after they came to help save you from getting jumped?
But actually didn't help?
Yeah, so would you say yes or no? And if you're one of the
Yeah.
people that would shoot your shot, put your best pickup lines in the comments. The cheesier, the better.
Shoot it. Let's see.
Shoot,
See
Yeah,
what you
we'll,
got.
we'll put it on our Instagram.
shoot your shot, guys. I want to know your best pickup lines, Star Wars or not.
Let's see what y'all are made of. But in the meantime, we've got all kinds of other entertaining things. We've got our Instagram, a lot of memes on the way. We have been entertaining ourselves all week creating memes, so look out for that. We got video games, we've got stories, and we've got more chapters of this book to read, which brings me to the question, what are we reading for next week?
Chapter 16 through 20.
16 through 20.
Nice.
So let's see where this all goes. But in the meantime, it has been a great Squadcast book club with my little gang here, of which Timothy's on totally ripped off for his book. But we have to go now. So, sexy Wookiees, let's sign out. Sexy Wookiee.